Love.
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 Care.
Love.
Love.
Sex.
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 Damnation.
Dance.
Dhamaka.
Danger. Darkness. दिमाग खराब है.
Tishkow.
दारू.
Desperados.
Destruction.
This is the LSDcast, India's first podcast about love, sex, and dating.
Yo.
Yo, Rogue, how you doing?
I'm good, Prem, except I think I've sprained my pinky finger on my right hand.
Oh my God, how did that happen?
And I'm not doing anything worth... I don't even know what I did. I have no clue why.
Was it what I think it was? You opening that jar of Nutella? Was it what it was?
No. My pinky hasn't been doing anything naughty in any way, shape, or form. But, yeah, I didn't even know you could do this. But I have.
Wow, listeners. So we have a honey unhoney moment with Rogue where she has injured herself and nobody knows why. And neither does she.
Well, actually, yeah.
Now, that is so interesting. But, we do have a show that we gotta continue.
I know.
So, before we jump into that, how has your week been? I know that you've injured your pinky, but besides that, hope everything else is functioning properly.
That's a very personal question. I'm not going to answer that.
Why? I meant your head, your limbs, your heart, eyes.
Yes, thank you. I can still appreciate male beauty. I've watched a couple of films where the six-pack men take their shirts off, which always makes me really happy. I love objectifying Hollywood actors.
There you go. Rogue just watched Magic Mike extra large.
Which was an okay movie. The original Magic Mike was a lot better.
I agree, actually. The first one was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think Channing Tatum just dances so well.
That's what you were looking at?
He was a stripper.
Yes.
He was a stripper to begin with.
Yeah, he's poetry in six-pack motion. And how was your week, Prem?
My week has been good, very busy, a lot of driving around. I was away for the weekend to this beautiful town called Palm Springs.
I've been there.
It's like a mini Vegas, and I had a super fun time. Great nightlife, very friendly people. So all in all, it was a great, fun getaway.
Awesome. And did you have a swimming pool where you stayed?
I actually did, but I didn't use it because when I woke up in the morning, my head was ringing like a temple bell.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Tung, tung, tung. Horrible. I was pretty hungover. But luckily I carried some medicines from India.
What did you carry?
And they work like a charm. Paracetamol. Crocin.
So my go-to is Eno, the night of the drinking.
I had Eno as well.
That helps me.
But it did not help.
How much did you drink?
And I'll tell you why, listeners, because I did not drink for over a month. And I think I know the reason, because we went to a few different bars and clubs, and I think somewhere the cocktails got mixed and I was drinking a bit of rum, vodka, and then gin. So I think that's what messed me up.
So you're making a Long Island iced tea in your stomach by yourself, one by one, adding ingredients.
Exactly. And shake, and there you go.
All right, listeners, don't do this at home. It's really not worth it. Unless,
No. Highly not recommended.
Yeah, well, if you know what you're in for, I guess it's okay. But anyway, so love, sex, dating. What are we talking about on this episode, Prem?
All right, now, in order to find out, which you will, we need to take a quick break, but we will be right back.
And don't turn off the lights.
Hint.
Hi, this is Michael Burns from Tall Tales Takeaway, India's first storytelling podcast where we feature true stories by people just like you. Find us anywhere where podcasts are found.
Yes, yay!
And we're back. Wow, that was so quick.
It would be so horrible, if we took a break and then when we came back, there was just like silence for our listeners.
We should try that, actually.
No, we shouldn't. They won't ever come back. Plus, we couldn't. We both like to talk too much. How could we stay silent?
That is true. True. So, anyways, we have a question from Arshad.
Sex.
And Arshad writes in, simple, straightforward question. He asks, what the hell is with all these women wanting to have the lights turned off while they're having sex?
Oh, Arshad, what is with these men who want to have the lights turned on while they're having sex?
Arshad, that goes directly to you. I hope you have an answer, but in case you don't, I can answer that for you.
Yes, please do.
So it's the visual appeal. Like, men like to see what's going on. They like to see the female form in all its grandeur.
Right, so I get that, and this is what the porn industry runs on, while for women it's romance novels. Like, we like words and mental movies, not watching sex.
No one is saying that the light bulb should be like right on the girl's eyes. No one is saying that. A little bit of light, dim lights is like beautiful, is great. Pitch dark, you could get lost. Then you are sent into like this imaginary world and you're like fantasizing about somebody completely different then. Men have a very short attention span. They need to see what's going on.
That's so ridiculous. But I think I speak for a lot of women when we say that lighting, and especially harsh lighting or like bulb lighting, is just really awful because then we're visible. And that's exactly what the men want, but women don't want that.
Why? Why would you say that?
Well, I think the answer is fairly universal. It's because most women, and I mean every woman I've ever canvassed, doesn't really love her body and thinks that there's flaws in it that are ugly and unattractive. And that is just the truth.
But isn't that the man's job to make sure that his woman feels sexy, ultra sexy and beautiful?
You could feel ultra sexy and beautiful and still think certain parts of yourself are ugly and unattractive. So everybody's got their own bugbears, right? Stretch marks. Some women have one boob that's larger. Some women have nipples that are very small or big. Some people are self-conscious about thigh gaps or not having one. I mean, we're as Indian women, we are not tall, skinny, long-limbed, flat-abbed race. We're just not that kind of people, right?
I think you forget that. Have you seen most of the men in India?
True. But men don't have that kind of pressure. When you look at standards of beauty, I mean, come on, look at any man out in the street generally. He's got a paunch and he's scratching his balls. But a woman has this pressure to conform to like a Deepika Padukone or Bipasha Basu figure and judges herself much more than any man does. I think men are generally, not always, quite comfortable in their skin, while women tend to focus on the flaws.
So you're saying that men judge themselves way less than women judge themselves?
Not all, definitely, but some.
Okay.
Most, yes. While it's the opposite is true for women. There are very few women who, even the women I know who embrace like body positivity, which is a thing. I mean, you guys should look it up on Twitter and Facebook if you don't know it already, or are against fat shaming and really want to own their body image. I think everybody still gets self-conscious. You're larger or smaller or more voluptuous or have larger hips or have spots or whatever. And it just becomes really obvious under the light of, a bulb.
So are you saying that one should just accept themselves for who they are and not be too harsh on judging themselves? Or should the partner ensure that the other person feels comfortable with their own body and their own skin?
I think both of those things are excellent things, right? So if every woman could stop looking at beauty magazines and holding themselves up to a standard, like I feel, like for me, I've got problem spots, right? And at the same time, my intellectual brain understands that I shouldn't care. This is how I am. I look at my mom, our mom. I look at our aunts. I look at like people in our family, and I know that there's not much I can do to be very different. I'm not going to look like Michelle Obama by the end of whatever, even if I go like live in a gym. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to look like Madonna. I would love her arms.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just sitting out in the sun and really, really getting a dark tan. I thought that's what you meant.
No, man, I have arm envy. So, if you guys didn't know this, we're North Indian, and a lot of North Indian women get these like bat flaps. I don't know if you know what those are. Like when you raise an arm and you...
Oh, bye-bye flaps.
Bye-bye flaps.
They're called bye-bye
yes.
arms. Bye-bye, auntie. Shake, 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 shake.
Yes.
Good.
Like aunties. So you look around in the family and everybody's got them and you're like, oh my God, I definitely don't want those, right? So I'm doing tricep extensions and, you name it, I'm doing it. But I know I'm never going to have arms like Madonna. Although, God damn, I would kill for them. I really, 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 really want arms like that.
This reminds me, this is like deja vu because I feel like we've talked about this in some episode somewhere down the line. Because women look at women in a very different way. Men don't give a shit about women's arms. Do you know that?
I believe it, but what about stretch marks? So I've known some men who have them, and they didn't give a rat's ass. But every woman I know doesn't want to take her clothes off in front of a man.
So this is another thing. I am pretty sure that most men don't care about stretch marks in women. If a cellulite, that's a bit tricky. But
that's also not something a girl can control, right? So hearing you say that you're judging somebody or not loving it doesn't make any woman want to like strip off her panties and be like, oh, look at my thighs.
Okay.
They look like cottage cheese.
True.
So that's kind of not doing what your second point said, which is a partner should make her feel sexy or him feel sexy and beautiful.
I also feel that, usually partners should be somewhere on the same level. So if a guy is like a little overweight, he dare not call his partner out on the fact that she may be a little chubby. I mean, that's being a big hypocrite. I agree with that. But if someone is like super fit and he's with someone who is, I wouldn't say like not super fit, but she just like lets her hang, like her stomach, and she's like completely out of shape, and he calls her out on that, then I won't hold that against him. Because maybe...
That's really awful.
Because maybe it's a way of trying to like motivate the person through a negative impact.
No. So because you said maybe, you get 2 tight slaps. There is no maybe about this. If, for example, so I remember dating somebody who was super fit when we met, and I don't know if this happens to other people, but like when I have a partner, instead of motivating me to like work out more and stick to a schedule, this guy actually did the opposite. Like I would end up sleeping in because he got really lazy. Basically, he was like, "Phas gayi, so I will stop making an effort," which is what I think Indian men do after they get married also.
That's true.
So he would like skip his gym, and then I would be like, okay, even I'll stay and all. So both of us started to get fatter and fatter.
Oh my
God. So
eventually
I started working back out, but he didn't, right? And then it started to bother me. Honestly, I am shallow like that. But I actually wanted him to get fit, right? I didn't want him to become a fat uncle at age 30-something. So I would push him, and he would get really resentful because he thought I was judging his body, which I have to say kind of was. But also I didn't want him to get diabetes and heart disease, which his family has.
Yes, that's another thing. So I'll just tell you that I, like a lot of people, I'm very conscious of like being fit, eating right, and it's just who I am.
Yeah.
So when I look for this in a partner, there's a very, very big possibility that my partner would also have those qualities. And if that person did not, there's again a huge chance that I may not be with that person for too long.
Okay, fair enough. But how do you then... so you're with somebody who has flaws, right? Like everybody doesn't have a picture perfect body.
Absolutely.
So maybe there's stretch marks or like some part of their body they keep hidden, whether it's, their tummy or their butt or whatever. So how do you make somebody who's obviously not like a 10 out of 10 feel beautiful and sexy? What do you do?
Look, it's quite simple. If you genuinely love someone and that person is very good to you...
Hey. Yeah, let's not go into love. How about just lust? If you genuinely lust someone.
Okay, if you genuinely lust someone and that person lusts you back and is like amazing in bed and satisfies you just the way you like it, then that's amazing. Then everything else doesn't matter, right?
And how do you make them feel sexy and beautiful? Can I tell you what I do?
What do you do?
I compliment them on the things that actually work. But
so you have very nice eyes. I'm going to make love to you by looking only into your eyes. see, if someone said that to me, I would run away.
And ignoring this pulsing sore that's oozing on your arm. No, that's gross. No.
See, then Rogue wouldn't say run to the hill. She'd say run on the treadmill, run to the treadmill.
No, you cartoon. I wouldn't compliment their eyes.
You'd be like, wow, you have such nice fingers. Ooh, I love your hand.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I like the way I feel
Love
with you.
the hair
You
on
make me-
your arm. Wow, so manly.
Just rein it in for a second. You idiot. So the thing to do would be to tell them how they make you feel and the things that you like about them, not just their eyes and the hair on their arms, but the fingers. I think that's actually valid. Like you can say, I love how your fingers feel on my body, or the way I feel when you touch me, or I like touching you here, or you're so responsive.
I love the way you use your beautiful fingers to cover my eyes when we have sex. That would definitely do it.
You are terrible. So we can have a BYOB party. Bring your own paper bag.
There you go. Perfect. So basically, guys, what I think that Rogue and I are trying to say is that, one, you should not be overly judgmental about your own body. Give yourself a break.
2, if you have a problem part of your body and you have a partner you trust and can be candid with, which hopefully you do, maybe you can tell them you're sensitive about it and just say, I'm really self-conscious about my tummy. I would appreciate if you don't touch it, or, I'm really sensitive about this and I hate this part of myself, or whatever. And hopefully they have the sense to reassure you. If nothing else, if somebody says this to you, at least say, this is the smallest part of you and it's just who you are and it doesn't bother me. I think that's plenty, right? And that will go a long way towards reassuring your partner.
And 3, why don't you guys just find a happy medium about the lights? Maybe you can have some candles. Maybe you can dim the lights. Maybe you can get some colored bulbs or colored lampshades. Be romantic. Do something.
Yeah. Or throw a scarf over the lampshade.
Yes. So, yeah, exactly. Throw a little colored cloth on the lampshade. Just make sure that it doesn't catch fire.
Yeah. Or burn through. I've had a sweater that we put, orange sweater, on a lampshade that had a little yellow round patch on it when we took it off the lampshade.
And that sweater just became part of the lampshade for the rest of its life.
That's right. I couldn't wear it. Okay. We will be back after a break. Arshad, turn off the damn lights.
No, dim it.
Find the LSDcast online on Twitter and Facebook, and on iTunes and the Google Play Store.
And we have returned.
Only for you.
So, in this little break, I was thinking that even beautiful people have a lot of issues, and some of them are very insecure and uncomfortable with their bodies.
No. What are you saying, man?
I am. Okay, so check this out. So I dated someone who was in the eye of the media. She was great. Like, men wanted her, women loved how she dressed. So she was smart. She was very aware of what her flaws were, but she knew exactly what to wear and how to cover it up. And she looked gorgeous from head to toe. And no one could have ever imagined that someone so beautiful and so confident, someone who carries herself off so well, would feel like that. So in the confinements of our bedroom, she confessed that she hated these flaws about her. And she also wanted to know what I felt. And honestly, I did not care. I really did not care about any of her flaus.
And why didn't you care?
Because I am Prem and I am not shallow. And my older sister Rogue has taught me well.
Oh, God. I'm rolling my eyes.
She has instilled those amazing qualities in me. It is all because of Rogue.
Idiot. I meant. Why? What was it about? Like, You just didn't care because you were just getting sex, or you didn't care because you were, I don't know, eating pizza together?
No, I didn't care because I looked beyond that. Like, we had such a great partnership and she was such a great companion. So I honestly really, it didn't bother me at all. I didn't see it as a flaw.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had flaws as well. When I was growing up, I had so many flaws. I still do. I have my daddy G's calves and my grandfather who gave him skinny calves, and I have calves. Plus, I'm Indian. Most Indians have bad calves.
You've got calf issues, please. I think that's the least of anybody's problems.
True.
But maybe one of the things to do is to stop seeing these things as flaws and actually just see them as traits. Like, this is just what you have, and it's neither a flaw nor an asset. What do you think? Can we do that? Just change our vocabulary a little bit?
Absolutely. I am with you on that.
All right. See, life lessons from the LSD cast. And Prem is going to stop saying the word flaw when it comes to anything in the body that doesn't look like a Vogue or Playboy center spread.
Yes, correct. I'm listening. No more flaws, just who we are.
Wow, it's a Hriday Parivartan live on the podcast. Yay!
Celebrations. Okay, so on that lovely and happy note.
Very body positive note, we're going to sign off. Love yourself, people, and make your partner comfortable, because that is going to give you better sex and more intimacy, for sure.
Absolutely. You heard it here on LSDcast. Do not forget, and see you very soon.
Bye.
You've been listening to the LSDcast, where it's all about love, sex, and desi dating, with your hosts, Prem and Ro.
A Sonologue production.